is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Chesapeake Energy Arena in downtown OKC. Tonight, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Houston Rockets. Our opening tip won by the Thunder as we get started in OKC. To Paul. OKC now with 4 to shoot. Runner's good there.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Houston takes over. Harden to Westbrook. Takes stock of the floor. Russell Westbrook, guarded by CP3. Here's a chance from long range. His first effort off the mark. Paul with it up top. 2-point advantage. Gilgeous-Alexander to Adams. Steven Adams with the slam.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Easy path to the rim.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Paul into the front court. Leads a bucket. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul. Down low Adams. Big man, Steven Adams. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Here's Harden with the rock. To P.J. Tucker. Probing the defense. Here comes the screen. Westbrook. Wide open look, won't go.
Look, sometimes it takes a little while to get into the flow of the game. During the next timeout or during the next break in action, take the ball, go shoot it. See the ball go through the net a couple of times.
Gilgeous-Alexander to Paul. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Westbrook to Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. Westbrook. They get it down to Tucker. Won't go.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Paul across the timeline. They lead it. 4-point game. Nothing going here on that drive. And 2 points to the board.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
James Harden at the controls. To P.J. Tucker. Probing the defense. Westbrook to P.J. Tucker. And he finishes at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Now Paul with the basketball. 10-6 our score. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. Westbrook's shot won't go on the drive.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Baseline drive. Ooh, Chris Paul. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Here comes the screen. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out. To Paul. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line. Chris Paul at the line for 2 shots. A career 86% from the line. And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Gordon with it. Down 8. Andre Robertson sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Paul against the former Hoya. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Surveys the floor. Chance for Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. Looking good. 4 for 5.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Tucker matched up with Noel. To Rivers. Here comes the screen. Austin Rivers to P.J. Tucker. Has a chance. Tucker with a shot that misses.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
To Paul. Down low, Noel. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Nerlens Noel trying to cash in on the three-point play. Not the best career mark, 62%. Off the mark on his free throw. Rivers with the basketball. Just under a minute to play here in this opening quarter. And count the basket.
Not a Ferrari, definitely not a Lambo, but hey, get you from point A to point B.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Nothing going here on that drive. Sizing up the defense. Just off the mark.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Tough make through traffic.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes two of us.
Chance for Chris Paul. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. So we're through one at Chesapeake Energy Arena. The Thunder on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. One quarter down. Long way to go. So, buckle up. It's wide open.
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
Russell Westbrook at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. throw is good to cap off the three-point play. And the lead is down to 3. Paul into the front court. He'll run the offense. Fires the 3. Textbook defense. Westbrook with the basketball. Down 3. Gordon guarded by Robertson. To Covington. Westbrook. Beyond the arc for 3. Cleans the offensive glass. Chris Paul with the block. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Oh, he can't connect. Paul with it up top. We're a minute into the second quarter. Here comes the screen. Paul here against P.J. Tucker. P.J. Tucker snatching it out of the air. Russ at the controls. Short jumper won't go down. Take stock of the floor. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Gordon with it. They're down 3 to Westbrook. Nothing going here on that drive. Westbrook. Gordon shot, no good. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Westbrook into the front court. Down 5. Here comes the screen. McLemore picked up by Adams. Covington to Westbrook. To Covington. 4-3. No good. To Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas. Or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
And a chance coming up at the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Misses the second as well. Paul into the front court. His team up by 7. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Big man, Steven Adams. Oh, the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Tucker. Here comes the screen. To Westbrook. Shot clock winding down. Westbrook doesn't have the touch. No good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
And now Houston has the basketball. It's good, and one.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Ben McLemore trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 78% at the line. Can convert the free throw. Paul across the timeline. Lead stands at 7. And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First one goes down. And he makes them both. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. On the drive, it's Harden, but his shot no good. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul against Tucker. The Thunder down to 4 on the shot clock. Fires the three. Off the iron, no good. Westbrook across the timeline. 9-point margin. Gets a look. Can't hit. Out of bounds the call off P.J. Tucker. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Paul to Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low, Noel. Old school backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Harden in possession, trailing by 11. Here comes the screen. Harden. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Harden. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Finish that. McLemore picked up by Noel. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Here comes the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander, keep an eye on this guy. Slams it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Here comes the screen. To Harden. Has a look. Deep 2 there, won't go.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Here comes the screen. Down to 5 on the 24. James Harden fires for 2. Not that time. That's it for the first half. And a nice cushion for the Thunder.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The Thunder absolutely dominated the competition in the first half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Rockets did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Assists. Player of the half.
Chris Paul has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top. Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. It's in the hands of Harden. Free throws coming up.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Russell Westbrook, a couple of free throws on the way. He struggled so far. First one, count it. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Carmelo Anthony traded, but Sam Presti turns that into Dennis Schroeder.
And I love this acquisition by the Thunder. When you think about Schroeder, he is almost the opposite of what Russell Westbrook is. He is not a ball-dominant guard. He will have the ball in his hands, but he's more apt to make plays quickly with the ball than Russell, who likes to hold on to the ball towards the end of the shot clock.
Steven Adams has got 2 shots coming. 56% for his career. First free throw is good. able to convert on both free throws. Rockets have the ball. Westbrook to P.J. Tucker. Harden picked up by Adams. To Westbrook. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
P.J. Tucker at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He struggled so far. And he misses that one free throw. To Schroeder. To Paul. Off the penetration, almost, but no good.
And the tenacity of this game has been set from the jump ball. When guys lined up for it, I mean, you saw the bump and the pushing, the shoving going on. Guys weren't giving up that space. They let him know nothing was going to be easy this evening.
Oklahoma City's got it. To Schroeder. Slams it down. And boy, that was a lot to navigate.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Harden with it up top. His guys trail by 10. Down low for Tucker. And draws the foul.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
P.J. Tucker at the line for 2 shots. He struggled so far and hits the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Schroeder with the basketball. It's an 8-point lead. Here comes the screen. Paul matched up with Harden. Add 2 points to the board. Russ at the controls. To P.J. Tucker. Russell Westbrook. Here again, Schroeder. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Now Paul with the basketball. His team on top by 8. Tough make through traffic.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
It's Westbrook. Can't connect. Here's Schroeder with it. His team leads it by 10. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Westbrook into the front court, trailing by 10.
Here comes the screen. Here comes the screen. Here comes the screen.
To P.J. Tucker. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate on that hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook. They'll get it down to Green. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Jeff Green trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 79% at the line. Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. OKC ball. Screen coming. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Chris Paul at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. One free throw, count it. It's a three-point play, and the lead up to 8. Westbrook with it. He'll run the offense. The drive, right to the basket. And it's Gallinari there for the rebound. Ferguson. Short jumper won't fall.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you in the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
To Covington. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Oh, okay. I don't see any more phantom screens like I did in the first half. I actually see people being hit, which opens up three-point shooters to operate off those screens. It's all coming together.
Paul, guarded by Russell Westbrook. Off the assist.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Russell Westbrook matched up with Paul. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Paul, down low, Noel. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Rockets in control of the basketball. Probing the defense. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Nothing going here on that drive. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Gordon, guarded by Terrence Ferguson. For three. Jay, I don't know if you call that the shooter's touch, but they will take it.
Well, essentially, the touch did help the ball go in, Ed. I don't know. I might have to agree to disagree on that one.
Paul. Cruises inside for 2.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Austin Rivers to P.J. Tucker. It goes down.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Thunder with the basketball. Paul. And stuffs it home.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Nothing going here on that drive. Late heave to beat the buzzer. There's the buzzer. 3 quarters complete. Thunder with the lead. The Thunder have it to start the 4th quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the 4th quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the 4th.
Steven Adams, a couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. And he connects on the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. Houston with the basketball. Count the basket at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Ball into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Steven Adams with the slam.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Paul. Oh, emphatic slam.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. And counted at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Paul. Short jumper off the mark.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Robert Covington trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 82%. Free throw good to cap off the three-point play. That cuts it to a 7-point game. Paul hardens on him. From long range. Chris Paul is going to get a chance at 3 here. Hasn't missed yet. Knocks down the first. Second of 3, off the mark. Now it's Harden, controlling the offense. Screen coming. Probing the defense. Harden. Goes to the left side. Lets it fly from long range. Not going down here. Paul with it up top. The lead stands at 9. The shot almost. To P.J. Tucker. To Harden. Won't go. Paul into the front court. It's a 9-point lead. It's Rockets ball. And scores. Surveys the floor. Paul across the timeline. Lead stands at 7. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Curling inside. There it is. Foul number 6. Time for a seat on the bench.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
First try, no good. Oh, he missed on a pair. Harden in possession. The margin standing now at 7.
Right.
To P.J. Tucker. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Jeff Green at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw try, off the mark. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Able to convert inside.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Gordon with it. Right now, down 7. To Covington. Russell Westbrook, picked up by Paul. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Russell Westbrook trying to cash in on a 3-point play. At this juncture, he's shooting 60% from the line. Free throw is good to finish off the 3-point play. That slices the lead down to 4. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor.
I got this play on. Let's go.
Off the mark. And scores. Strong take.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Now Paul with the basketball. Lead is 2. From the painted area, won't go down. To Westbrook. The screen sets him up for 2.
The defense should have picked up on that action. That's going to cost them.
Paul into the front court. Our score all even here in the 4th quarter. baseline drive, but he can't finish. And scores at the rim. Beautifully done with the Euro. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
Schroeder to Paul. Great dish to set it up. Rises for the slam.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
It's Russ at the controls. Trying to cash in. Chance for Westbrook. No good. Has a chance. Jumper's good. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston. And this is where the coaches earn their cash. Let's see what they design down by 2 here in the final minute of play. Changes coming from both sides right now. Westbrook to the basket, but his shot won't fall. Ruling is there was intent. It's an intentional foul.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
Here's a tie-up and an intentional foul. That means free throws coming with a little under 30 seconds to play.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning the timeout.
First one goes down. Two for 2 on that trip. Now the Rockets will use a timeout. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
Yes, I love this move. Send him to the line. Chances are probably good he doesn't make both. And you also stop the clock while getting another possession.
Oops, he missed the first one. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Now the intentional foul as they get it with a little under 20 seconds left to play.
This is why teammates love him. Yeah, that was an aggressive play, but you're also sending a message, setting the tone. You can't half-step on that.
First one, count it. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. Good victory here for the Thunder as they win this one by 4. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
The Thunder emerged victorious after a tight finish. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. The Rockets just couldn't close this one out. They did a great job of finding their way to the rim, but it wasn't enough to get the victory. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Houston Rockets.
Game track.